Hello, friends, and welcome to your practice. My name is Janine, and thank you for joining me here today for this lower body sequence of stretches that is great for if you have been hiking, or if you've been cycling, or running, or just lifing and you're feeling sore. We're going to work through hopefully some medicinal stretches for when things are feeling quite tight. So I've been doing some hikes here lately, so my legs are feeling very jello-esque. I've hiked a volcano recently, which was super epic, but yeah, feeling pretty sore. So I wanted to offer up some stretches that feel really good in my body, and I hope they will for you too. So let's begin just in a comfortable seat, however feels good to you. And let's just take a few rounds of breath just to land and to come into our space. So maybe you'd like to close down your eyes, or perhaps you'd like to just create a softness or a heaviness there. And just coming into the breath, observing the breath, just giving your breath some conscious attention. Maybe just deepening the breath slightly. Feeling your breath travel up through your body, your diaphragm, and then traveling back down as you exhale. So just taking 3 full deep rounds of breath here to begin. Maybe on your exhale, you let it out the mouth with a bit of a sigh. If that's feeling good for you. And you can go ahead and blink your eyes open if you have them closed. And we'll just begin by placing our left hand to our left side and reaching the right up and overhead, just coming into a nice side body stretch to start. Maybe bending into this left elbow and then straightening, reaching as far away from you as you can with that right fingertips that is, pushing into that right sit bone. So getting into that right lower back, this QL muscle here. This can become really tight when we're doing a lot of walking as well. Let's just take one more breath here. And on your inhale, we'll bring it back to center, placing your right hand to your right side as you reach your left overhead. Getting a nice side body stretch and opening now on the left side. Again, maybe bending that elbow if that feels good. Reaching as far away from you as you can with those left fingertips. Opening up the heart space, maybe rolling the shoulder blade back so you can create a nice broad chest. Pushing into that left sit bone now. Feeling the stretch now on maybe the left side of your lower back. We'll just move back and forth now between these two sides a couple times. So inhale as you come center, placing your left hand beside you as you reach your right overhead. Take a full round of breath here. Inhale as you come back to center and switching sides. One full round of breath here, and we'll do that one more time. Inhale to center, coming into your right side. And inhale to center, coming over to your left side. Coming back to center now. From here, we'll just roll onto our hands and knees, coming into our tabletop pose. So we'll just begin here by finding our foundation, pushing equally into all fingers, pushing into the tops of the feet. And just begin to dip your hips over to your left-hand side as your gaze looks back over at your left glute, at your booty. So just getting a nice opening again on the right side body here. Take a full round of breath. And bring it back to center. We'll dip everything over to the right this time, gazing over your right shoulder at the right side of your glute, that is. Feeling that length on the left side of the body. Take a full round of breath. And bringing it back to center. So from here, let's just get into a couple cat and cows just to warm up the spine. So drop your belly, lift your gaze on your inhale, and exhale to round your spine, chin to chest. Moving with your breath a couple times. Just beginning to wake up the spine, getting into all those corners. And bring it back to neutral. From here, let's just kick our left knee back behind us and come into a little bit of hip circles here. So just beginning to circle out the knee, just 2 to 3 times. And on your last circle, we're gonna step nice and big up to the corner of the mat, setting ourselves up in a lizard pose. So from here, just taking a full round of breath, maybe pushing out of your fingertips as you open up the chest, beginning to open up the hips and the front of the thigh. And we'll just move back and forth between our Hanuman, our half split. So begin to lengthen your legs so your hips are coming near your heel here. So keep as big of a bend into this knee as you need to, but keep your chest nice and open and your back flat here so you're not rounding forward. Just beginning to get some length in the hamstring. This one's really tight for me. So we're just going to slowly move between that lizard and this half Hanuman. So inhale as you come forward, opening up the chest, and exhale as you lengthen your leg, coming back into your half splits. Just again, beginning to warm things up here. So follow your breath and just move between these two shapes a few times. And next time you've come forward, go ahead and bring your right hand to the outer edge of the mat. We'll just take our left hand and push our knee away from you, maybe rolling onto the outer edge of that left foot. And maybe you want to stay here and just breathe into this shape, opening up the chest, leaning a bit back. Or if you'd like to get into a quad stretch, you can go ahead and bend your right knee and reach back for your foot. So this can be a really tight one. Maybe go ahead and bring your hips up so you can come towards your heel and then sink it back down as you bring your heel with you. So big opening in the quad here. Super tight for me. So if this is too much, definitely don't feel like you need to do this. You can stay just in your standard lizard pose, or you can open up your knee like we did in that first variation. So just take a big breath here. And slowly releasing your foot if you have it. From here, we're just going to turn our foot, so we're swiveling our back foot to the long edge of the mat. We're going to bring our hands in front of us, so I will turn to face you here, so I'm not facing away from you. Bringing your hands in front of you in between your two legs, we're going to begin to walk our hands forward on an angle, kind of like a downward dog, and push your hips away from you. So you're kind of getting these equal oppositions and this stretch happening from your shoulders to the hips, opening up the groin here. So big stretch in the inner thigh. Take a big round of breath, a full deep round of breath. And we'll walk ourselves back up, turning to face your knee once again. This time we're going to bring our foot so it's in between our hands. So we're we're set up for a low lunge here. And we're just going to begin to lengthen our leg. So just kind of how we were in that extended lizard pose, but we're going to continue to bring our hips back so that we're seated just on the inside of our heel here. So we're getting into a deeper hamstring stretch. From here, you can begin to grow your spine nice and tall, and then begin to fold forward. So again, keep as big of a bend into your knee here as you need to. Maybe you can even shove a little pillow, a block or something in there for support if that feels better for you. And just breathing here, we'll take about 3 rounds of breath. Maybe continue to flex your toe here, so you have a bit of an active stretch. Just feeling that length you're creating in the back of that left leg. Opening up the tight IT band and hamstring. One more breath. And we can push ourselves up, rolling forward back into our low lunge. From here, kicking your foot back, and we're just gonna sit back onto our heels for a moment. From here, we're gonna tuck our toes. So actually lift yourself up for just a second, tucking your toes back behind you. Even grab onto these pinky toes and tuck them as well. And then once you've done that and you've spread all your toes, go ahead and sink your hips down onto your heels. So we're coming into a toe squat here. So such a good stretch for our feet, especially if we've been walking a lot, hiking, you've been putting your feet into tight hiking boots, squishing your toes together. This is really great to just open up the fascia and all those meridian lines that are running in the feet. So this can be super uncomfortable and difficult, especially if we don't stretch our feet enough. But it is such a beneficial pose. So just breathe through it, breathe through any discomfort. If it's just excruciating for you, you can definitely lift yourself up and just place your hands in front of you and still get this bit of a stretch without your weight pushing back. But if you can, just breathe deeply in and out, sending those exhales to the stretch, to that tension or discomfort. Maybe opening up the palms onto the knees as a sign of staying open and surrendering to this experience, even if it's difficult. We'll just take 3 more rounds of breath. You got this. Just follow your breath, let it be your anchor. Last breath. And you can roll forward onto your hands and knees. We'll just tap out the tops of the feet here. So that feels really good. Just let that out. Let that go. And we'll sit back on our heels once again. Let's bring our hands back behind you. And we're just going to lift our knees up from here. So we're getting into the tops of the feet, the ankles, the shins. So all these little muscles that run up the legs, into the feet. So good to open them all up and to give them a little attention and love, especially when we've been on our feet for many hours. A couple rounds of breath here. And you can go ahead and roll back forward, coming onto your hands and knees. And from here, just go ahead and kick your right foot back. So we're gonna lengthen that foot and just begin to push into the heel. So rocking forward, rocking back. And you can go ahead and lift your leg up. We're going to cross it back behind us, bringing our knee so it's just behind us, opening up your legs, and we're going to sit back in between our legs. So we're setting ourselves up for Gomukhasana, or cow face pose here. So I'm going to shift myself. I am brushing on these beautiful hanging flowers here. So go ahead and set yourself up so you can sit back, maybe grabbing onto your ankles here or grabbing onto your knees. And if it feels good for you to begin to fold forward, you can go ahead and do that. Or if seated straight up is plenty enough for you, then that is definitely all good. Let gravity do its thing. And we'll just take a few rounds of breath here, getting into the outer glute. Maybe you want to grab onto your feet, the soles of your feet, and just give them a little massage, pushing your thumbs deeply into the soles of your feet. That can feel nice. Or maybe even onto the calves as well. It's amazing how many little intricate muscles in our legs we work when we hike or walk, and all of a sudden areas of the legs and the feet hurt that you haven't maybe experienced before or don't as often. So try to give a variety of stretches so something will resonate with you. It's good to see what works and feels good after you've done something like a hike, what feels medicinal that you can come back to. So 2 more rounds of breath here, maybe closing down the eyes. And if you have folded forward, go ahead and walk yourself back up. And we're going to roll forward, back onto our hands and knees, uncrossing. And from here, let's just do 1 round of cat and cow. So inhale, drop your belly, look up, and exhale to round. Coming back to center, and we'll do that all on the other side. So kicking our right knee up, back behind us, and just coming into those little hip circles. So 2 to 3 here. Just warming up the other side now. And stepping forward to the top of the mat, setting yourself up in your lizard pose. So taking a couple rounds of breath just to settle in and to feel how this side feels now. Maybe you're up on your fingertips. Or if you have a block, this is also a great place to bring the ground closer to you. And when you're ready, we're just going to move between those extended leg, half Hanuman and lizard shapes. So on your next exhale, go ahead and begin to lengthen your front leg, bringing your hip towards your heel, and rolling forward on your inhale. So just shifting back and forth, following your breath. Feeling that length on the right hamstring now. Opening up your chest. Maybe keeping your back nice and straight here so you're not rounded too far in. So staying active, but letting yourself melt into the shapes. Whew, it's a tight one. Okay, next time you've come forward, bringing your left hand to the outer edge of the mat and just grabbing your right hand towards your knee and pushing away from you, opening up the chest, maybe rolling onto the outer edge of that right foot. If you'd like to go deeper here, you can go ahead and bend that back knee, reaching for your foot. Maybe bringing your hips towards your heel and then sinking forward, bringing your heel with you. If this is too much, then stay in any of those lizard variations that feel good to you. But this is a great way to really open up the quads. So breathing here. If you've grabbed onto that foot, you can slowly release it. Try not to slingshot your foot back. Turning to face the front. And from here, we're going to swivel that foot so it's facing the outer edge of your mat, turning your hand so they're at their 45-degree angle. I'll go ahead and turn to face you again. And we're going to begin to walk our hands forward, send your hips back, and get this nice big groin and inner thigh stretch. Maybe drop your head here. Maybe little pulses if that feels good to you. And again, see how this side compares to the other. Full round of breath. And slowly walking your hands back in. We're going to swivel to face the front of the mat, this time bringing your foot so it's in between your hands. And we're going to begin to extend that front leg, sinking our hips all the way until we're seated on top of the heel, and then scoot your bum so it's inside, just on the outer side of your left heel. Lengthening your right leg out in front of you, keeping as big of a bend as you need to in the knee here. Again, maybe propping something underneath the knee if that feels good. Staying upright, or if it feels good to begin to fold forward, then go ahead and do that. Just taking a few rounds of breath here. Really open up that right side of the leg, the hamstrings, the psoas, all those muscles that are nice and tight. Breathing deeply. It feels better for you to rotate your palms so your palms are facing up. Sometimes this can help as like a little symbol of just being able to release and let go. And then we kind of don't feel like we are forcing or pulling ourselves forward, but we're just letting ourselves naturally fold to whatever level feels right for our bodies. One more full round of breath. And you can begin to lift yourself up if you folded. We're going to push ourselves back up, rolling forward, and then kicking our right leg to meet the left in our tabletop. From here, go ahead and kick your left leg back. Begin to rock forwards and backwards onto the leg, getting a nice big calf stretch here. And you can pick up your left leg and cross it back behind you. And then bring your knee just behind your right knee, opening up your legs so that you can sit back between your legs, coming into your Gomukhasana. So readjust yourself as you need to. Maybe you want to bring your ankles a little bit farther out, or bring them back towards you. So just depending how tight you're feeling in the outer sides of the hip here. And again, maybe grabbing onto the ankles, grabbing onto the knees. Maybe you want to stay upright and just let gravity do its thing here. Or perhaps you would like to begin to fold forward, feeling a bit of a deeper sensation. So just choose your journey, and once you're there, we're going to stay for a few rounds of breath. So even if you haven't been doing hiking and you're feeling tight, it's pretty amazing how life just takes its toll on us. So doing these little stretches for ourselves can certainly go a long ways. Maybe it feels good to even sway side to side. That's feeling good to me right now. Sometimes it's like you're gently rocking yourself to be able to release a bit deeper into the pose. Maybe just giving your body a little bit of a signal that it can let go. This side's a bit tighter for me. And just notice. One more round of breath here. And you can begin to walk yourself back up if you are folded. From here, we're going to roll forward back onto our hands and knees, uncrossing. And let's just sit ourselves back onto our heels from here. We're going to bring our knees wide. So we're coming into thunderbolt pose. So it's kind of like hero's pose, but with wider legs. Bringing your hands back behind you. Go ahead and lift your hips up. Tuck your tailbone, tuck your pelvis here, and then sit yourself back onto your heels as you begin to walk yourself even lower. Maybe you want to come onto your elbows, pushing away with your elbows to open up the chest here. Or maybe you're super flexy and you want to actually lie right down onto your back. Or maybe you're just upright onto your hands here, pushing again away with your hands so that you're opening up the chest. You're not rounding your shoulder blades in. So we want some integrity here. And just getting a nice big stretch again in these quads. So we'll take 4 to 5 breaths here, wherever you are. Closing down the eyes. Observing again your breath traveling in and out of your body. Letting it nourish you. Just being aware of your breath, breathing you. Maybe see how it feels to kind of actively push down with your knees. That can intensify the stretch a bit. And last round of breath. And on your next inhale, just begin to push yourself back up. And seated back onto the heels, we'll just move our bums so they're coming off the heels to whatever side. And we'll finish with one final pose. We'll come into Baddha Konasana, butterfly. So bring your soles of the feet out in front of you. Bring your soles of the feet together, that is. And maybe grabbing onto your ankles, your shins, or your big toes, whatever feels good for you. Maybe you want to take your thumbs and begin to push into the soles again. Just taking a full round of breath. And you can begin to fold forward. So maybe keeping your spine nice and long, or if it feels better for you to round yourself forward, really dropping your head and your chin down towards your feet or into the chest. Your choice. Maybe pushing your knees open with your elbows here. Or maybe you're staying upright. Either way, Getting a nice stretch again into that groin, into the hips. Just feeling it where you feel it. And as we breathe into this final shape, let's just once again tap back into that breath and really give it that awareness. Really coat your breath with your awareness. So let's take 3 conscious, deep, full inhales and exhales. Option to sigh out the mouth if that feels good. Breathing in and out. 2 more, breathing in, breathing out. Final breath. And on your next inhale, slowly begin to lift yourself back up, growing your spine. And if it feels good for you to stay here, then feel free. Otherwise, you can just come into a cross-legged shape, bringing your hands on your knees here. Maybe a little sway of the spine, side to side. And bringing your hands to heart center. Let's dip our chin towards our chest, giving ourselves some love and gratitude. Namaste. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for joining me for this lower body sequence of stretches. I hope that something in this series felt good and was medicinal for you. Please leave me a comment below. Let me know what felt good, what you liked. And yeah, feel free to follow me. I have an Instagram, Your Yoga with Janine. You can see any upcoming videos that are happening. Like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you again.